Good evening, everybody. What's happening? Welcome to another episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
And we are, is this number 80? Is it number 80?
Oh, gosh, is it really?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're at number 80.
Wow.
Yeah. So
we got to celebrate.
20 more to 100. We'll celebrate then.
Yeah, we will. We will. That's really amazing. Mom can't believe that.
If you didn't catch that, that's new theme music for Selling Past Your Expiration Date.
Yes.
Thrifty over 50 is our favorite band in Vegas. They're called Franks and Deans.
Yep.
And their hook is they mess up your grandparents' music. So they play punk rock versions of the Rat Pack songs. And they just did a surf album. So I'm switching all my music to their stuff. They're good friends of ours. And so if you like that, their album will be out next month. There's a link down below here in the description of the show to find out more about Franks and Deans. They are going on tour. So if they're coming to a city near you, I highly recommend going to see them.
Yeah, well, they will be in Cleveland at Tiki Underground. I think it's July 1st or 7th. I can't remember.
Are you going?
Oh, yeah, definitely. In fact, wait a minute. I can probably check. I think.
Yeah, so if you guys are in the Cleveland area, head over to Tiki Underground and hang out and watch them with my mom and dad.
Yeah, I mean, and if it's a nice day, we're supposed to be out on the patio.
Cool.
So that'll be nice. Let me see if I filled it in already. July 7th, which is a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. Lots of fun.
So what's happening, Ma? What'd you do today on this Memorial Day?
Mom is one tired little cookie tonight. I got up early, on the road early, and spent 8.5 hours at the flea market today, all by myself.
All by myself.
Dad can't make it. It's just too much walking for Dad these days, and so he stayed home, and so I was up at 5:30 and got myself ready and out the door. I was out the door by 20 after 6.
Well, don't give it all away. We got the slides coming up.
I know. Well, lots to share. We got lots to share. All about
you got to tease, Ma. You can't give away the slides.
Attacking the flea market.
All right. So how many of you in the chat go to flea markets? Anybody not? Anybody afraid of a flea market? And hey, Linda, I don't want to hear any grief about singing. Stacy wasn't in here to yell at me, so.
Oh, I yelled at you inside the
Hi, Stacy. How's my favorite daughter-in-law?
Great. How's my favorite mother-in-law?
I'm doing good.
The bummer for Vegas is we have a swap meet that produces some okay things, but it's not a traditional flea market like in Ohio, like in California. So that is one of the few bummers of living here. It's not good flea market. So I do like when we get a chance to travel and we end up someplace that has a good flea market. So what we wanted to do is give you guys the top 10 tips from Peggy. And hey, I didn't tell you this, but 3 bonus tips from Jay. So
Good.
Without further ado, let's take a look at what time Peggy left. Now, I wish this would be a little more in focus, but
I know. Well, I was trying to take it as I was driving and watching the traffic, and I said, "Oh shoot!"
Could have taken it when you were at the end of the driveway.
Well, I could have, but it hit me to do it. When I was already driving. So
she left at 6:23 this morning.
Yes.
And this is where she went. Oops, I'm not even showing the pictures. My bad. Seriously.
I had the other thing off, but it's not that.
All right, so there it is, 6:23.
Yep.
And this is where she went. Where is it, Ma?
Wow, look at that. Great. How'd you get that shot? That's a great shot.
I flew by today when you were shopping.
Yeah, well, the drone was going today.
Did they?
Yeah, it was. And actually, it's that big and bigger. It's bigger today because on the grass area, that's all lined up with vendors as well.
Yeah, I just Googled and found this just so people can get at least an idea of where you were today. So
yeah, just how big this place actually is. It's probably between that and there's another one in called Rogers Flea Market in Columbiana, but I still favor Hartville a lot. That seems to be my fave.
They've got great chicken.
And Stacy said, and they got great chicken.
And they do have great chicken. And I brought some home.
So is this picture you showing that they're out on the lawn? That's how big it's gotten? Or what was this?
Yes. Yep. And then this is me starting to drive in to show you how far back they're already set up. So
Gotcha.
it's just amazing. Just amazing. All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's do it.
All right, Peggy's top 10 tips. Oh, I should have sound effects. Where are my thing?
Number one, of course, what do we need? Small bills. Got to have my quarters. That's a must. And my singles and my fives. I mean, I do have 10s and 20s, but I try to, definitely start out with all my small bills and use them actually quite a bit today. A lot of dollars went, a lot of singles. So, I start with 50, sometimes 100, just depending. And just to make sure you have your small bills, because, when you offer them $2 for a $5 item, you want to have that $2, not hand them a $20 bill.
Yeah. Can you break? I know you took 2. Can you break this 50?
Yeah, exactly. And then what do we got? Number 2, comfortable shoes. There's my tennies. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of walking, everybody. And, in Hartville anyways, it's sometimes you're walking on pebbles, rocks and that. So it's a little uneven. And sometimes you're on the blacktop. So in either case, I don't recommend flip-flops or sandals or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, put on your nice, comfortable tennies and away you go.
No heels.
No.
It's more comfortable.
No sandals with wedges on them. None of that stuff, you guys. Trust me. I mean, even my feet were tired at the end of 8.5 hours. I mean, it's a lot of walking if you plan on staying that long. So that's important. Now, this is my cart.
Oh, look how cute Mom's cart is.
I've got my hibiscus flowers on there, and we have this nice filler bag that was actually made for me by my best friend Betty, who's our fabulous seamstress.
Stacy's laughing in the background.
Yeah, because so she made the filler, and then the next picture, Jason, which I like about her filler, is it's got little compartments in the back. So there went my water and my snack and my phone. I stick in there, and so I am ready to go. So. And it goes over the rocks and stones pretty good when you're in the gravel area. So, I did really good with that. And I filled it up the first time and went and emptied out and started back the second time. So, it's better than carrying it and lugging it on your shoulder. Mom's done that many times in the past. And this cart really saves on the body too.
So in case you missed it, tip number 4 is?
Yep. Water and snacks. And, I would recommend water. That just happens to be a flavored water that I've got in there. But, water is probably the best, you guys. Like you want to take a little flask of margaritas or something, or a little rum.
Whoa, Mom, what? A little flask of margaritas? What is happening?
Now I'm on board.
Yeah, now Stacy's on board.
Actually, we could have picnicked. That would have been fun. So, let's see. The next one is, my recommendation is search for the amateur seller section, because not every flea market is set up this way, but Hartville is, and so is Rogers Flea Market. There's a section where people come in that are just setting up for the one day. They're just like, grabbing stuff from their home or whatever, cleaning out their house, and they come and set up. And that's what I hit first, which are actually the back rows at the Hartville Flea Market. And just stay away from the newer vendors, and we'll talk a little bit more about that down the road. But this is where I went quickly and fast this morning, just trying to cover as much ground as I could, because being that far back, the main crowd doesn't get that far back right off the bat. So that's why I start to the back and work my way up to the front. And that's where I filled up my cart the quickest, was in those back rows.
Yeah, the professionals, and I'm using air quotes, they're there all the time. You might be able to find good stuff in their stuff, but it's the people who are like, okay, it's Memorial Day Monday, we got too much crap in the house. Let's go throw up a booth in the grass area.
Right.
That's who you're looking for.
And a lot of them, when they bring their stuff, because they are amateurs and they just want a clean house. I mean, dollar items, everything on this table is $1 each, stuff like that. And you'd be surprised what you find. I mean, it's really something.
Did you buy this crazy lamp in the lower right-hand corner?
I did not.
Yeah, did you check the price of that crazy lamp?
I did not. But the reason I took that shot and I was not really keying in on the lamp. See the blue trailer? Yeah, they were just pulling in to set up. So, people kept coming. So I went back again to this section later on because I could see where, people hadn't gotten there early enough to set up. So I went back again. So that truck was just pulling in. And I'd already been there about an hour and a half.
Oops.
Whoops. Oh, yes. Don't forget your sunscreen and sunglasses.
Let me ask, how much sunscreen did you put on today?
I didn't put on any. Should I show how red I am?
Look how red you are, Ma.
I know. I never do put it on. And that's just the way I do. I've done it all my life, but shame on me. I know I should. I know.
For us normal people, though, absolutely. When you're going to be standing out in the sun baking.
Yeah. I've got that Italian olive oil skin, as I say, and it soaks it in usually pretty good.
Yeah, I must have got more of the English in me in terms of skin because I don't tan like you do.
Yeah. No, you don't. You're definitely more on Dad's side. That's for sure. And then you have to kind of plan your attack. Basically, what I find is, do I want to zip through it real quick and catch all the booths at once, or will I stop and search through the records and the CDs and all of that, for the goodie, because that takes time. And out there, I was having a terrible time with reception. They just don't have good reception when you're trying to look things up. The longer into the day, the worse it becomes. In fact, I couldn't get online after probably the first couple of hours. So I did kind of slow down and go through music, trying to find a goodie. I thought I had a good one, Jason. After I got home, it's not so good.
Well, I want to point out, Mom just took this picture to illustrate the point of, you got to have a plan. If you want to go fast, you want to go slow. All these boxes are soaked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, a lot of them set up. They've been set up out there since Thursday because of the holiday weekend. It's big every day, and Saturday it poured, and Sunday all day. So those people that already had set up, they got soaking wet.
But they do have a lot of Mrs. Butterworth. They like
sure
pancakes.
Do. I didn't think those were worth anything, but maybe they are. Yeah, and again, I'm just saying, bypass the new booths. I mean, here's a tie-dye one. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, and I just, zip on by. I mean, I'm looking for the people selling the older stuff and stuff that's been brought out from home, and not so much the new people. I mean, I don't even stop. I just fly by. So
you didn't stop and get whirly windy tchotchke things and
right. I mean, just
and huge sale.
Yep. I tell you, I should have taken one more picture, but by the middle afternoon, it was so crowded you could hardly get near the booths. It really got pretty jammed up. I think we missed one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? What was number 9?
Number 9 was only plan on the one location.
Oh, I guess I decided not to make a graphic for it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of you go to flea markets out there, everyone, but like I said, I was there for 8.5 hours at one location. So, maybe some of you can go through it quicker. I'm kind of a fine tooth comber, and I really like to take my time and I go back. There's times sometimes I'll go back because if they won't deal with me first thing in the morning, maybe the item is still there, and a few hours later they're ready to get rid of it at the price I wanted to pay. So I do that. So just plan on just going to one spot when you're going to be attending a large one like that. And the same thing with the Rogers Flea Market, which is down in Columbiana, Ohio. Rogers is pretty big as well, and that's an all-day affair.
So when Stacy and I first moved to California, Stacy's back here behind the Tiki, and there she is. We hit the Rose Bowl Flea Market for the first time, and it is a massive. It makes Hartville look like you're at a little kiosk in the mall. Right. And so we didn't realize how big it was. And we did the perimeter of the Rose Bowl first, and then you work your way through the parking lots. And I broke pretty much every rule that Mom's laying down for you today, because around the perimeter was mostly newer stuff we didn't know. And so we were cruising around that, just taking our own sweet time. And then we discovered that once you get past the actual around the stadium is where all the used stuff is. And as you go further back, it gets more kind of like people just open a truck and pushed it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to find a good aerial photo of the Rose Bowl Flea Market.
I went there once with you guys.
Yeah. So we learned, and the other thing we learned is you can't take as much time as every booth as you would like.
Yeah.
Because I'm the kind of guy that I want to hit every booth, even if it's for a second. So Stacy and I determined if we move at a fast clip, like we only stop when our eye catches something, we can get through the entire Rose Bowl Flea Market in 7.5 hours. Now, Mom went back, and that is spending like 3 seconds at every booth until you find something.
Right.
7.5 hours moving fast. So that's not. I mean, if you look way to the top, it keeps going back and back and back and back, and it just it's awesome. We haven't been in a while. It's awesome, but you've got to determine. Okay, if you're okay not hitting every booth, then take your time. I'm not, because I always feel if I don't get to that last booth, it's going to have the rarest Tiki mug of all time.
Exactly how I felt today. The way it's kind of split up in Hartville, there's the dividers of the tented areas, and I finished one side and I hadn't even begun the other side. I was already 4.5 hours into it. I said, "Oh my God, I'm never going to make this," but I kept on trucking and did it. The same thing with when we went to Rogers Flea Market, and I'm like you, Jason. Mommy didn't realize that there was a section where it was, the first timers, so to speak, compared to the regulars that set up all the time. And Rogers Flea Market is the same situation as Hartville. There's an area there where you want to hit first, now that I know, compared to the rest of the flea market.
So there's another good aerial view of the whole place. So up to the top, it goes all the way back around the backside of the Rose Bowl, and then keeps coming. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And then if you look here, it goes all the way out to that tree line to the right. And like I said, when you get back, so basically, if you look at the top right corner of that picture, when you get back to the back, they have opened up trucks like your U-Haul trucks, and they just push clothing out into a pile.
Yeah.
So you got to get early, and you got to dig too.
And that's once a month?
Yeah, it's once a month.
Once a month, okay. And they're saying in the chat that Brimfield is bigger than the Rose Bowl.
Well, yeah, Brimfield's in the woods, and it does go. Yes, it's bigger than the Rose Bowl, but Brimfield does not happen every week. Got it.
Yeah. And of course, the last thing is you got to barter. You got to do it, guys. They if they don't give you a deal, I move on. I mean, that's just I've gotten that. Unless it's something that I know is already a good price. But there was a couple of people today that were a little bit snooty when I asked them for a cheaper price, and so I just put the item down, said thank you, and moved on. So got to do it.
Yeah, that is the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. However, if you are going to come to Los Angeles to do a flea market the week after the Rose Bowl or before, is the Long Beach Flea Market. Some of the same vendors, but we've always liked, and it's a little bit smaller, we've always liked Long Beach better. We tend to find better stuff. And you get a lot of vendors that come up from San Diego that won't drive all the way to Pasadena, but they will drive to Long Beach. Yeah. So we like Long Beach a lot better.
Do you, honey? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Mom, you got a few other just pictures of the day.
Yeah. This picture here is kind of from the top, trying to give you an overview of the amount of people and booths and so forth. And so I just shot that. Actually, it got more crowded, Jason. That was earlier in the morning on the shot that I took there. So, just trying to give everybody, just if you're in the Ohio area, it's one not to miss, especially over the holiday weekends. The next one, of course, will be over July 4th weekend and then Labor Day weekend because that's when it's huge. They have vendors on their other days, but it's not as big as this. So, you know, I mean, you can still go, but you know, if you want to really take in a full day and you're not right in Ohio, I would say come on in because it's well worth it. I ran into, you know, some of my Ohio eBay meetup people, friends, and Becky Dick and Julie Brown.
And did you take pictures of them so we can show them?
I didn't. Isn't that awful? Shame on me. I didn't. I guess I was getting worn out because Julie had a booth set up there, and Becky we ran into each other, and she ended up taking a picture, I think, of Mom real quick. So I just thought this was unique. It was a cute vintage bar. It was that was red padded with they had the matching bar stools in the back. It was just cute, and I just thought I'd quick snap that as I went flying by it. And
what was this picture? I wasn't sure where to put this one.
Yeah. Why did I take that one?
Other than I see your shadow.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is again just showing the people in the back, you know, where you need to go first because you can just see they just bring their stuff and just throw it everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's what I did there.
Oh, there's your cart.
Yeah, that's when I ran into Becky, and Becky says, "I'll take your picture." Why? We should have gotten one of us together. I'm sorry, you guys. If you're in the chat, I apologize. I guess I wasn't thinking too well, but it was fun.
All right. So, one more picture from you.
Oh, well, the only reason I snapped this, for those of you who do not know, my maiden name is Fina. However, no relationship to the Fina gas people at all. But I just thought it was fun. I said, I was looking for a small one. If they'd had a small one, I was going to buy it and just bring it home just to have it. But they didn't. So that's why Mommy threw that in there. I thought you'd get a kick out of that more than anyone.
You didn't buy them and come up and hang them up in the house?
Oh, they were huge. They were just big signs.
All right. So I wanted to see what Mom's 10 tips are going to be before I threw in 3 bonus tips.
Okay.
Number 1, see my arrows? Look under the table.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Now, those of us who are taller, hi, that would be me. It's a little tough and tricky as you get older, but that's where you find the records, although the ones Mom took pictures of were soaking wet.
Yes, I know.
Look under the tables. And sometimes, and this goes for garage sales too, people they get there late, they're set up, and they're not done setting up, and people in their booth, they just stop because they're helping people, and under the tables are unopened boxes. Get into it. So make sure to look down. Look down. Number 2, don't be as shy to ask if they got any more. So if you see something, especially if you see something you like, and there is a trailer or a truck or a motorhome parked within the booth, say, yo, you got any more of these in there? You know, if there isn't a vehicle or some sort of trailer parked there, probably what you see is what you get. But if there's a truck there, always ask, because some of these people, you know, they roll around in trucks and trailers just full. So they get out what they can. Yeah. Then the event starts, and then you're like, yo, man, any more CDs in the back of that truck? And I've often grabbed a lot of good stuff that way. That's
true. That's a good point.
And then last, and we've talked about this a bunch of different ways, bundle. So if you see some good CDs and you're seeing quite a few good ones, and you know, more good than bad, just say, yo, how much for this whole box? I'll take them all.
Yep.
Because, you know, now if they won't deal, then cherry pick. I made a mistake once, and I don't think I've ever shared this, but I was at a pawn shop in Boulder City, and they had advertised they got the CD collection in, and I think it was only a buck a CD or $1.50. And I asked them if they would do a deal on the whole thing, and they said no, but I still took the whole thing. And I'm like, well, if they're not doing a deal, why wouldn't I cherry pick?
Yeah.
I got home and I'm like, why'd I buy these duds? It just, I got caught up in it.
Yeah. Then that can happen. I mean, you know, I've done it myself.
So yeah, flea markets are a ton of fun. Oh, yeah. Here's another bonus tip. If you go with multiple people, meaning not just yourself, no one walks at the same pace through a flea market. Don't try and stay with your friends, your family. Nope. You'll all be in the general vicinity.
Right.
But it's impossible. So instead of wasting time, because as I go through a booth, I see things. Stacy goes through a booth, she sees different things. So one of us is always ahead of the other. It's just the way it is.
Yep.
So don't try, because you're just wasting time standing around waiting for the slower person in the group.
Right. Yeah, we learned that. We used to go with our friends Stu and Sue a lot, And we definitely were at different paces. So, we would always split up.
Yep. And yeah, we didn't really say this, but make sure your cell phone's charged.
Oh, yes.
And, if you're going to do a weekend thing like a Brimfield, or if you're going to be at Hartville multiple days, make sure you got a spare battery too.
Yeah. Hartville added a hotel. I don't know if I told you that, Jason.
No, there's a fine hotel in Hartville now.
Yes, there is. Yes, they're right by the kitchen. So anybody going to the flea market from out of town, there's places to stay. So in case you're one of those that want to come in.
And did you get any whoopie pies today, Mom?
I did not. All I bought was chicken today.
Ship me some whoopie pies. All right. So if you do get to a flea market anytime in the near future, take some pictures, pop them into the thrifting board, pop into the Secret Beach. Let's see where you're at, what you find. I haven't been a good one in a while, so we should go, Stace. Let's go right now.
Okay.
All right. So a little housekeeping before we get on the rest of the show. So those of you in the Secret Beach, we have Typhoon Michael tomorrow night, and Michael's going to teach us all about baseball bats. And this is actually Michael as a little kid. Aww. Now, Michael looked like a normal-sized kid, and he wore normal-sized Little League clothes. I had to wear my coach's college clothes because I was too tall.
Yep.
Fun side fact.
We had Michael at our last eBay meetup group, Jason. He's terrific. You guys are going to enjoy him.
And I haven't this is the first announcement. So if you're in the Secret Beach, you're seeing this as the first announcement. On Friday will be my surf report, my webinar for the month. It's going to be our continuing series on Tiki Bar stuff. This will be Tiki Bar, Flotsam, and Jetsam. So all the things in a Tiki Bar that aren't Tiki. So like chunky lamps, like pufferfish, things like that. So we're going to talk about all the things that aren't actually Tikis, how they end up and why they end up in a Tiki Bar, because these are things you can find anywhere, because not everyone sees them as Tiki stuff. And so you would know, based on this webinar, to market it to the Tiki crowd. So that we're going to go over that on a Friday night. So get your Mai Tais ready, kids.
Okay.
And we're going to go over that now. The Secret Beach each year, this is our second year, we've done a cruise, and we got an extension where we were able to add a few rooms, and we filled that up. And then the Carnival was like, "Oh, thanks for booking more rooms. We'll give you one more week extension." So you do not have to be in the Secret Beach to join us. We got quite a few people coming from the Thrifting board. And if you want more information, it is in the Thrifting board, or just message me. I'll give you all the information. We are spending a week on the high seas, and we're doing the Mexican Riviera. We're stopping in Cabo San Lucas. We're stopping in Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan. It's a cruise that Stacy and my parents took about 23 years ago. I haven't been back since. It's great. And we're going to have a good time. It's 7 days. So 3 days in port and 2 days on the sea. We're going to have some classes. We're going to have some fun and shenanigans. And if you want to join us, and I know a bunch of people in the chat are going. So if you want to join us, like I said, either find the post in the Thrifting board or just message me. I'll give you the details. And we're going to put up a little video, I think, tonight.
Can you see this, Jason? There it is. Can you see that?
There we go.
That's when we did the one on Carnival, 1999.
I wore my fancy Cleveland Browns tie-dye shirt to go off and cruise with.
Yeah, 1999, October 1999, guys. How about that?
It hasn't changed a bit. All right. So before the cruise, because that's in the fall, eBay Open 2019. If you're coming to eBay Open, here are our list of events. Sunday, we start at the Double Down Saloon for Ass Juice. Just a bar. You're going to walk in, hang out with us. We're going to be drinking ass juice. It is way yummier than it sounds.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that.
My mom loves ass juice.
I do.
Those in the Secret Beach, we have the Secret Beach Bash on Monday. Sadly, Franks and Deans can't do it this year because that's when they're on tour, but we hired the second best band in Vegas called the New Waves, and all they play is new wave songs from the 80s, but surf versions. And so we were watching them at a bar, and the whole bar just sings along. They don't have a singer because surf music is traditionally just instrumental. But they are great. So that's going to be a blast. Tuesday, for anybody, we have our Tiki party at Frankie's Tiki Room. Please bring your best Hawaiian shirt or muumuu. You don't have to, but it really livens up the party when you do. And fellas, if you want to wear a muumuu, 3 of us wore them last year. I might be wearing a new one this year. And then just announced, finally got the link up. Friday is the thrift class on steroids. We're going to take over a thrift store, and we're going to have 8 instructors. What we do is we start with 2 hours of classroom time with presentations. So I'll be doing one. Joy will be doing jeans. Mom will be there. Debbie will be there. Stephanie will be there. Stacy will be there. She got a little something bonus for you. And then we'll do some bins time by the pound. And then we'll head off into the thrift store. We'll be joined by a few other instructors. So you get somewhere 8, 9, 10 instructors in one class. And so it's a limited number of seats. The link to sign up is down below. And we already had a bunch of sign-ups, so do not get shut out from that. And that is the thrift class on steroids, part 3. All right, one last thing is I've been doing Tiki mug unboxings. Now, if you're not into Tiki mugs, you would think, well, why the hell would I want to watch this? Well, 2 reasons. Tiki mugs are a lot of money. They're worth a lot of money, and people find good ones all day long. Just yesterday, Joy found a Tiki mug I didn't even know existed in the color she found it in, so I'm very excited to get that. But also, I buy a lot of Tiki mugs, and they're breakables. So it is very interesting to see how people pack breakables. So these videos are only like 3-4 minutes long, and you can see the cool mugs that you should keep your eyes out for, and you can see how well people pack breakables. It's not always well, but knock on wood, I've not had any broken as of yet.
And before we get into that, Mom has her one announcement. I forgot to send you the stuff. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know.
We talked about it like an hour ago.
I know. I've been running around like a chicken since I got home. We have our Ohio meetup meeting coming up on June 21st, and it is going to be at my house this time. We're kind of doing traveling road series this summer, and we're doing a potluck dinner, and we're going to start at 6 p.m., and then Mom's going to give a presentation on how to buy and sell seashells. So I'm going to teach you all about seashells and coral. So if you're in the Ohio area and would like to join us, please do so.
And Mark in the chat said, hey, Jay, did you watch the Netflix on bathtubs and Broadway musicals? They talk about the head comic Letterman collecting LPs on this rare music. I know it, but I haven't seen it. So it's on my long to-do.
All right.
All right. Being that it's Memorial Day and we are not really celebrating cooking burgers and swimming in the pool, we're celebrating the lives that have fought and been lost for us, protecting our freedoms. Luckily, my dad was in the service during Vietnam, but luckily he was in Germany, and obviously Big Daddy's still with us. So we wanted to share some pictures of him from the service because you guys haven't seen those and they're pretty good. So this week we switched it to Daddy's Boy also, and someone was talking about my baby beard in the earlier picture. Look at that little baby beard and my giant earrings.
Geez, Jason, I don't even remember that picture of you guys. How nice.
Yeah. So there's Daddy's little boy.
Yeah.
All right. And then that's my daddy. Here's my daddy in the service.
All right. We have a few things we're going to show you.
We're not exactly sure what happened to this photo, but it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah. This was he was in the beer hall on base over well, yeah, as you can see, it must be right after his basic training because look how short Dad's hair is. And that, as you can all see, that was back in the day when Dad was still smoking. So sure glad he doesn't do that anymore. He quit a long time ago, thank goodness.
Yeah, that was PBR.
Yeah, yep. And this one here, he said, was at the Frankfurt airport. The day he left Germany, he was coming back home, and but he still had to come back to the States and go through all of the format that you have to do to be discharged. So that was that one. And this is
you wearing a pink undershirt. What's going on here?
I don't know. They had gate guard, and that's how you have to dress for gate guard, he said. So that's why they were dressed in that particular uniform. A little different, huh? And this was the day he left Fort Belvoir here in the States to go to Germany. If you can see where Dad is, he's the second one from the left.
Yep.
Yeah, on that picture. And
look at the size of that truck.
I know. And this was a 25-ton truck that Dad made some parts for, because Dad's quite the machinist, and he made parts for the truck that, to make it run. So, that was the one good thing that Dad went to Germany, was because of being a machinist rather than going over to Vietnam. And that's why I think he lucked out, because of his knowledge. And they didn't have hardly anybody knew how to do machining. So, and Dad was considered an old man. He was 24, I think, at the time he got drafted. And basically, everybody else is 18 and 19 and 20 years old. So he was called the old man there. And this is the day Dad came back home from Germany after his 18-month stint in Germany. And that's Mom in the yellow one, hugging Dad there. And as you can see, you guys, that's when we were allowed to go out on the tarmac and greet people as they're coming off of the plane. Of course, we can't do that anymore today. But geez, when I think back of how we got away with all of that back in the day, when things were a lot simpler, a lot easier. I tell you, it's funny, Dad and I talk about this many times. We thought that 2 years that Dad was gone was the longest 2 years of our life. I mean, we didn't think it was ever going to end. And now we look back, and Dad's been out of the service for 50 years. So, Well,
that was the longest 2 years of your life. And then I entered high school, and that was the longest 4 years of your life.
No kidding.
What'd he do now?
Oh, I know, honey. So, I mean, it was tough on Dad and I, because back in the day, I mean, Dad got paid, I think, $100 a month, and I got a check, $110 a month. So that we were living on $210 a month. Consequently, I moved back home with my mom and dad for a while Dad was gone. I mean, you couldn't afford it. I mean, today they make a decent wage, but back then, there was no such thing as a decent wage.
So, tip of the hat, a salute to all the men and women. And a friend posted this today, all the service animals in the service, the horses, dogs, have been lost protecting our freedoms. Don't forget the animals that have helped out too. So
my mom's brother served in Korea, my Uncle Virgil.
Yep. And
actually got shot, so he had a per part. But he didn't die over there, thank goodness. He came back home. But so, we thank all of you for your service.
Yes. All right, now let's get to Mom's scores of the week, because I see we're starting with a cassette. Yay, Mom!
I know, one cassette that was a $25 purchase, 25-cent purchase.
I'm like, what? You lost money.
And sold it for $10. So a single CD, a cassette, I was so excited,
Yeah, I do have a cassette webinar coming, I think, in about a month.
Good.
I've been sorting through and selling 742 cassettes. One of Craig wants to know if you're wearing a Tiki mask.
Yeah.
What? You sold a pay by number? I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, can you imagine? This is the ballerina paint by number. I paid $2 for it and sold it for the full asking price of $35. So that's always fun. And I continue to sell those dust bags I bought, you guys. This is the Burberry one that bottom line came to, they cost me 75 cents a piece. And this one, I took a best offer of 35 on that, Jace. I know. I mean, I have made a lot of money on those bags, you guys. So that's a good bolo. If you ever see any, probably more like at garage sales, I would think that you might run into something like this. So yeah, I mean, my $10 investment. Look, I've sold I haven't even gotten the other coffee cans up that I showed you guys last week, but Dad did take a quick picture of this one. I sold it within minutes, Jason. It must have been too cheap, and because it was free. It was a total free thing, and I looked online, and they didn't seem like they were going for all that much, but somebody really wanted that one, so I sold it for the $11. But it was free. So
Nellie says no one put Stacy in the corner.
I love that.
Now, just to be fair, real quick,
yes.
Before Stacy got here, I was setting up the show, so I set this here, and then Stacy decided to sit there. So I wasn't actually hiding Stacy. I was just like, oh, the Tiki would look nice right here, and then Stacy put it down right there. Wait, black velvet paint by number. What?
This one cost me $3, you guys, and I took a best offer of 27 on that. Don't pass up your paint by numbers, as you'll see very soon. They always sell well, always. These were a couple of the banks that I paid. I did pay $5 for them. You guys took a best offer of $30. but finally sold. I think I sold them way back when during one of our.
And for any youngins that may be watching,
oh yeah,
who's Claire Bell the Clown and Phineas T. Bluster
from Howdy Doody. They were Howdy Doody characters.
It's Howdy Doody time.
It's Howdy Doody time. The kids say howdy do. Say howdy do to you. Let's give a rowdy cheer. I won't go on.
Wait, what? Another paint by number? Stop! You're going crazy.
And and this particular one is probably one of the nicest ones I've ever seen. Mom paid $2 for that one and took a best offer of $35. But it was a beauty, really well done. I mean, the painting was really good. So there you are, you guys. I sold 3 paint by numbers in this past week. So boom, boom, boom.
Nice job, Mom.
2 weeks, yeah. Don't pass them up. This I just showed you. I think, guys, not too long ago was the Mickey Mouse Snow Globe, the 100-year anniversary, for $1, and I took best offer of $25. So. That went well.
Did it make music?
It did. I didn't take time. I was in a hurry. I know.
Let's hang on. Let's play your video. Where's your video, Ma?
I didn't do it.
Why not?
I didn't take time.
How long does it take? 5 minutes?
If that.
Exactly.
Sometimes I don't have that much time. If I'm lucky. If I'm lucky.
Take it up. Set it down while the music's playing. Quick 20-second video. Boom. Done.
I know. I should have done it. But it's old.
Hey, was this the jacket that we found together when we were garage selling?
Yes.
Didn't you sell it once already?
Yes. And the guy returned it because he said it wasn't an original. I said, I didn't know what else to tell him. He said this wasn't that right and this wasn't right. And I said, well, I don't know. I said, it was like every other one that we saw on all the research that we did. I didn't know what to tell the guy. It was reversible. So he sent it back and we put it back up. And but I did take a best offer on this of $75. So went through the thing twice.
And yeah, I remember when you picked it up, I'm like, ooh, that's a cool jacket, but man, it's a small and it's small.
I know.
Yeah.
And, Jason, all the stuff is there, the tags there. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't like it. I don't know.
Yeah, when I saw this pop up, I'm like, haven't we talked about this once already?
Yes, we have.
All right. Thought I was losing my mind. Wait, you sold a trash can? Say it isn't so. What?
Yeah. Ooh. This is a gold one with the toll wear on it, you guys. This was marked Wolf Productions, had the original sticker still on there. I paid $2 for it, and I did take the best offer of $32 on that one.
Nice.
I have done them really well with all of my metal waste cans, you guys. They really, you'll see. This I'd had for a long time.
Hey, you had it a long time.
I never put it up for sale, Jason. It was always sitting on the shelf. And it was just I don't know if it belonged to me or Dad. I don't really know where that came from. But we did sell it for the full asking price of the $29.99.
So did you think it was for sale when it was on your shelf?
No. I knew it wasn't.
Okay.
I knew it wasn't. Yeah. And I just kept saying, why haven't I put that up yet? One of those.
Yeah, because I have a Captain America San Francisco Giants bobblehead I've had for over 2 years. And I always wondered why it didn't sell. And then I realized it never got listed, but it got put on the shelves of listed stuff. And I'm like, whoops.
I know. The next item, I think I just showed it at our last show, was the gold suitcase, which was really pretty and in beautiful condition, the Samsonite. I did pay $2 for that, you guys, and sold it for the full asking price of $29. And Dad did a nice job on packing that up too.
Now, how'd you know the color, Ma?
I looked on other listings.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what pretty much everybody was calling it, was the Harvest Gold. Yep.
You can't always trust if you see one other listing, but if you start to see 8, 10,
yeah, I did.
Giving you the name that you need, then you're good to go.
Right. But that was a nice one. I mean, the inside was really nice condition. Oh, look at this. Another
a trash can. Stop.
I knew this would probably sell eventually because, like I said, Chief Wahoo was becoming almost extinct as we move along here. And I think the tribe is lately. They look terrible. But I paid $2 for that can and sold it for $26.99 on the best offer. So that, I like it when people give you decent offers. That's, makes it easy to accept. It's hard. And they want to know how I could ship that suitcase. Regan just put some cardboard around it, you guys, and taped it up, and away it went. And I just showed this, I think, not too long ago, Jason. This is the Nassau Royal decanter that we paid $1 for and sold it for the full asking price. And if you've never tasted that liqueur, you better do it. It's really absolutely delicious. And we love it. We all love it. And we all get it in Nassau. You used to be able to get it around here. Jason, can you get it in your liquor store anymore? No. I mean, they used to have it shipped to the States, but anymore, the only place we can find it now is back in Nassau. A good excuse to go back to Nassau,
Angelique is so worried about the Tiki. She goes, "It's hanging over the edge." Yeah, it's hanging over the edge by its little toe. That's it. I just brought this over to get it listed. But here is a clown paint by number done very well. There is a little bit of schmutz down here. I think this is where the price sticker was, but this one's in really good shape, and I'll probably get about $30 for it or so. This one was actually part of a 2-set. Which I have this one, but look what they used for the backing. They cut up some Sesame Street thing. So I'm gonna make sure I throw that in the picture too for just some weirdly bonus keywords.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason, $35-$40 on that one, and then go with it from the rest.
But you find, as you can see by Mom, and I just had one laying around. You can find these a lot. You just got to know what to look for. And if you're new to our show, we did a whole show on paint by numbers, right?
Yes, we did. I think we did. Yeah. I saw a few today, Jason, but they were done poorly. So I think that's the first time I've ever passed on. One was The Last Supper, and I forget what the other one was, but it was not good. Not good. I mean, I just looked at it. I said, wow, what's wrong with this? So Mom, I did pass one up, actually.
Yeah, because I saw someone in the chat that must be new to us and did not know paint by numbers and did not know that they could bring a lot of money. So,
yes, they could. And I know a lot of people have asked us in the past, well, how can you tell it's a paint by number? You just have to learn it. I mean, I don't even know how you can describe it to someone, Jason, without seeing it.
So here's a great example real quick. And I've never seen this Western Cowboy one. 11 bids sold for $323.
Woohoo!
Okay.
Right.
So just on any product you see, especially when you see Mom sell it or bring it home, if you're unfamiliar with that product, as soon as the show's over, go over to eBay, sort by solds, and look. Ooh, look, nudies. But yeah, look at all these cowboy ones, $213.
Wow,
crazy money. This Asian pair one for $199. So yeah, if you have not discovered the joys of making money on paint by numbers, you are leaving money behind.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Ma, what you got?
Okay, well, everything I'm going to show you is everything I purchased today at the flea market. Okay, so we will start with. I'll start with this odd-looking thing. Anybody know what this is? This is because I wasn't even sure myself. I said, God, what does this go to? It's a Masonic group, Eastern Star, someone told me. And the reason I bought this, you guys, I mean, it's dated 12/25/77. And I paid $2 for this. And looking up stuff like this, and there's not one exactly like this for sale right now, but I would think between $25 and $30, Jason, Mom will list this for.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique piece, and it's in very nice condition. And I like it because it's it is dated with that. Then at this booth, this lady, I should have jumped on more on this lady. She had really good stuff cheap. Look at these vintage plastic quilted Christmas stockings. And the 3 of them were $1. And I'm going to list these. Where's my little paper here? I'm going to put these up here probably for around $35, Jason. These bring good money. So there you can see, and they're in pretty good shape for being as old as they are.
If you're like, hey, Peggy just got blurry, you can't switch it. She is actually blurry. She was having some Wi-Fi issues before, so.
Yes, terrible.
So as she's showing you stuff, just squint.
Yeah.
Your imagination.
Yeah, sorry.
Let your mind fill in the rest.
God, I'm looking at myself. The computer is clear, but oh my God, the YouTube's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let's try this just for shits and grins. Go out and come back in. I'll talk for a second.
All right. Okay.
Just,
so I gotta
yeah, because it's tough to see your stuff, and so let's try that real quick.
Okay. Bye.
Glasses off, she's clearer.
Stacy said she took her glasses off. Mom was clearer. So yeah. And I knew people were going to start refreshing, and we were like, oh no, Mom's blurry. Yeah, right before we went live. See, the problem is Mom lives in the country, and so when things happen, like I don't know, the wind blows like this, or it rains, then her Wi-Fi has issues. So
Nice day today, though.
yeah, so you know, it looked good just as we went live, and I realized the important time when it needs to look good when she's showing. Hi, Ma, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. How does it look? Any better?
She's not gonna be able to come back.
Yeah. All right, let me see how you look in the feed real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go over to that.
All right, Mom, pop back
Nope.
in.
Man, maybe.
Yeah.
But not
All right, we'll deal. All right.
Yeah. It's okay. Could be better. All right. Okay. Oh, and then someone said Eastern Star for sure on that.
Cool.
That deal. Okay, these are Crofton plastics. The tag is still on the back here, everybody. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yep.
Yeah, and the two children, I did look it up. They were made in Michigan, and they still have the stickers on from Ben Franklin. One was 29 cents and one was 59 cents.
Oh, Ben Franklin. I haven't thought
Yeah,
about it.
I love that. Will go in my title as well. And these will for the pair. I'll put the pair for $20 of the two kids. Okay, and then kind of staying with that same theme. You know these, Jace?
Oh yeah, big eyes.
Yeah, by Gig. This is called Pity Puppy Big Eyes, and I paid $1 for both of these, everybody. And I'm going to put them up for $30 for the pair. These bring good money, like the kids do, Jason. Okay, this was on a table. Remember, I told you they have dollar tables. Everything on the tables are $1, and these were on there for the pair of these ashtrays. And they're marked Japan on the back, and they're in very, very nice condition. So I will probably put those up $20 for the pair. I think the pair, don't you, Jace? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, then, this is so cute. I got it kind of open. This is a vintage. Look at this little singer deal here. Look at this. Is this cute or what? I love the color. It's a turquoise color, but it's a button holder, and it still has the original instructions in here. Yeah, and the actual button holder. Look at that, and some attachments that come with it. So I bought that for $2, you guys, and I'm going to list this for $15 to $20.
Hey, you got a shout out from someone in Newberry.
Oh yeah, who is it?
Sue C says, "Hey, Peg from Newberry."
Hey, Sue. Yeah, Sue, are you coming to our meeting on the June 21st? I hope. Okay. Yeah, we should have a fun night. I hope it's nice so we can be out on the deck. Picked up this Sanka coffee can. Yeah, another one. This was a quarter, guys. I had a quarter item here. Why can't I get myself up there? There we go. And what's nice too, when you are looking for the coffee cans, people want the lids. So that's just my tip for the day. So make sure you try and find them with the lids. And the Sanka one, I'm going to put that up around $25. Okay. And since I'm going to be talking about seashells at our meetup, found this beauty today, Jason. Yeah, look, honey, no hole. It's an older one, Jason. This is a conch shell, and it was $1. Can you believe $1?
Wow.
I was shocked.
Not that all the Hartville.
I know. So like whether or not mommy parts with this one, I don't know. It's hard to part with my shells. Hey, JT, look what I found today.
Oh, nice. The Pollen Cultural Center.
Yeah, well, no, it's that fishbone Sunset Grill.
Okay, yeah, they've used that hurricane,
yeah,
volcano at other places too.
Yeah, I have another one, and I kept them because the volcano was so pretty. I mean, I know it's not a real sought after tiki mug, but if I was to sell this, Jason, they are getting around $25 for these. But it was $1.
Cool.
Isn't that nice? I know. All right, now, Jason, do you know what this is?
Me. Oh no. I don't know. Some native doing something. What's he doing?
Yeah, well, it's marked New Zealand on the bottom.
So it's a Maori warrior.
Yeah, and then he's got the fish down here. Can you see the fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what did I pay for him? $2. Yeah, but I think I'm keeping him since it's from New Zealand. But if I was to sell him, probably around $25, $30. Okay.
Stacey said you're not going to sell it.
I know. It's hard to part. Picked up a couple of holiday scrubs for $1 a piece, everybody. And I probably won't. This one's really cute. I like this one. Got the dancing elves on there with music. See all the different music.
Oh yeah.
There. And they see those. But these I'll probably put up between $15 and $20 come holiday time. And
I hear a trash can.
Look,
I heard a trash can come.
this one here too might be hard to part with because we're looking at some tropical flowers here. This is the red ginger on this side, and of course the hibiscus on that side. And I'm not sure what these other ones are here. Kind of in the protea family, but it's not exactly a protea. But if I was to sell this, I would probably put this one up between $30 and $35. And it cost me $3. Cost me $3, guys. So that's a nice one.
Mark wants to know if you ever bundle the scrubs.
Not yet. I've sold mine always singly, but I've got some old timers here that I probably will. And I will group them, put the sizes together and let those go. I picked this up for $1, but I'm going to match it up with something else. Everybody remember what this is called? The popcorn art. It's just a little Christmas tree. Yeah. So it's only $1, but I will probably find something else for it to go with in regards to that. Okay. How are we doing on time? Oh, not too bad. I picked up this Mr. Coffee tin. Mr. Coffee's from Cleveland, Ohio. And for those of you who don't know, paid $1 for this, guys, and these not a lot of money, but around $10, $12. So it's in pretty nice condition. In fact, we went to a party at his house once when I was still a jazzercise manager way back in the day. And this, I was shocked I found it. I mean, don't forget, this is day 4 of this flea market, you guys. And for the people that have been there every day for the 4 days, then this is where I found this, is down in that particular section. Look at that bag, Jace.
Wow.
And look at the brand name.
Spartina?
Spartina. Remember my Hawaiian purse that I carry all the time?
Oh, yeah.
I've shown a number of Spartina bags, as we've gone along. I paid, here's my note. I paid $3 for this, you guys, and the number is 449 coral crab, and should sell between $35 and $40 if I sell it. I'm so bad sometimes. I know.
So apparently the trash can has struck everyone's fancy. So Two Dogs Digs. Craig, I want to know what's the shipping like on those. So when you ship them, what's it cost?
They're not that heavy, and we do put them in, in a cardboard box. I think we put like $11.99, $12.99 on shipping on these when we ship these out.
They don't weigh a ton.
No, they don't.
But it's going to probably change when it goes to the. How's that?
Yeah.
Cubic.
I know. That's coming up very soon, isn't it?
What the hell is that new pricing? Whatever. It's going to suck. So we're probably going to use FedEx home delivery a lot more for these bigger things.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Not use FedEx home delivery yet. You're going to start using it in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, because all that is coming, you guys.
Oh, and would you use the word bathroom as a keyword on that trash can?
No, I would not.
Okay.
Not that one. I would not. No. I would just talk about the flowers, metal trash can, vintage, not retro. Remember, it's not retro. It's vintage. Okay, it's Chris Brown.
Dimensional. Thank you, Jane.
Yeah. Nice blow mold here, everybody. One of the wise men. It is marked Empire, I believe. I think I saw. Yeah, there it is. No, it's a Carolina. I don't know if you can see the stamp, but the stamp of the name is right there. It does not have the light fixture, but you can get those like at Packatans, any place to fill that. And I paid $5 for this.
Packatans nationwide.
I don't know. Is it?
No, because you can't throw out local
Oh, okay.
stores.
Michael's. How about Michael's? I think Michael's too. I thought Pat Cantan's was. I did not know
No,
that.
you can pick them up at the Newberry Feed and Tackle.
So I paid $5 for this guy, and wait a minute. Where's my note? I got my note here. And the prices are all over the place. And maybe Chris Brown can give me a little helpful hint on this one. I've seen them sold between $25 to $75. So, we'll see what happens with them. Okay. And okay, I have that. I think that's, yeah. Okay, got one more. Well, this I just picked up. This was a quarter, you guys. It's a piece of chalkware. It's an orange. But I'm going to wait until I get a few more pieces and make it a grouping, because for a quarter, I don't want to just sell that alone, but it was too cute to pass up. So I will do that. And last but not least, see if I can reach this. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, no. I got two more things to show you guys.
Hold up.
Okay. Two more.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Goodness, look what we have here.
Well, look at that. A water ski. Shut up. Say it isn't so.
We have a water ski.
What'd you pay?
I paid $5. In fact, it was funny that the kid was laying against the car, and the young boy running the booth. And I said, "How much is the water ski?" And he says, "I don't know." He said, "What do you want to pay?" I said, $5. He said, "Sold." I said, "Okay," but these will sell for around $75, Jace. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we looked at some today, but they weren't.
To beat.
They were too beat. The price wasn't right. Yeah.
I saw a few other pairs too, but they wanted way too much money, and they were not in good condition. This one's in pretty good shape, so we will be getting that one up very soon. I'm out of water skis. I haven't been able to find any lately. Okay, and here we go. Last but not least, I can't believe that somebody didn't see these ahead of me, but I did find. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
Buyers Carolers. They're in beautiful condition. As we all know, green base, buyer sticker. These are both dated the year 2000. So they're 19 years old already. The thing that was good about this, they come with the boxes. The boxes are hard to come by sometimes, you guys. So this will add the value to my listing. Now, originally, he had these priced at $11 a piece. Mom did some finagling down to $5 a piece.
Oh my gosh!
I know. I did some fancy talking there. I said before he could even hardly start talking to me, I said, "I'll give you $5 a piece." And he said, "Oh, okay," one of those. And I will list the pair between $50 and $60, and I'm going to hold off until closer to holiday time on this one because they're not a specific character. They're just shoppers. The shoppers don't bring as much money, so I'm going to wait for holiday time on these guys, before I list them. But the boxes will help the value because you don't see the boxes very much anymore. And that's it.
So Kimberly wants to know who taught who how to do this amazing picking.
Oh, well, my mom taught me, I think, but I have learned so much just from being part of the thrifting board. And from my son. I think he's learned something from mom, but I've learned a lot from him and from everybody else. Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, almost lost the water ski. I've just learned so much from everything that I have picked up from everyone. And, of course, the things that I'm looking at are things I grew up with. So I know that they're worth some money, that part of being old, it really helps when it comes to that.
What are you going to do about that $11 written on the box?
Well, I don't know if I should put white out on it. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking about that. I could. No, I don't want to cut the handle. I don't know.
I think in the files of the thrifting board, there's some tips and tricks about getting marker off. So we'll read that for sure.
I think you're right, honey. I think you could be right on that. So the Tiki fell. Yeah, Heather says the Tiki fell.
And if he had been firm on his price of $11, would you still have bought him?
No, I would not. The reason being is they're just shoppers, and shoppers don't bring as much money. So I probably would have passed.
All right, cool.
Dry erase marker then wipe. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Dry erase marker. Okay, I'll make my note. We'll do that. Okay. Super.
Yeah. All right, so that is a Monday night special edition of selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank my live studio audience. I got Stace and I got Steph.
Nice.
Thank my dad for being in the service. Thank all of you who have had relatives in the service. And we'll see you on a Thursday for Thrifty Business. Now, Thursday's Thrifty Business is going to be an amazing story. One of the members of the thrifting board was just in a hurricane, right? Tornado.
Oh, yeah.
Tornado.
You keep saying hurricane.
I know, tornado.
We don't have hurricanes in Indiana.
Yeah, and her whole house got destroyed, but her eBay business was saved. So she's working her eBay business out of her hotel room right now. So we're going to hear all about that on Thursday night. So tune in.
Okay.
For those in Secret Beach, we'll see you on Tuesday for baseball bats. Woo!
All right.
For selling past their expiration date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Thanks, everybody.
And we're gone.
Bye-bye.